Sup, it's your boy Big Reg, coming to you once again from the shadow of the big house in Ann Arbor, Michigan. This time bringing you the preview for Game 6 of the Michigan Wolverines 2021 football season. The game against the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Oh, friends, if you know anything about Michigan history, you know that the Michigan Wolverines and the Nebraska Cornhuskers have a little bit of a testy situation, especially dating back to 1997/98. I know producer JB remembers.
Freaking, I hate Tom Osborne.
There you go. Oh, my goodness. You folks want to talk about trying to steal an election. You want to talk about fake news and all that kind of stuff. Tom Osborne was spreading them lies and have truths all the way back then. But anyway, that's neither here nor there, because now this is a chance for this Michigan Wolverines team to go down to Lincoln, Nebraska, and put a whooping on those Cornhuskers. Joining me tonight for this preview, first, as always, producer JB.
Yo. Little seeds of hope. Little seeds of hope.
Oh my gosh. It's almost it's so gross. The amount of flip-flop that you've done from one week to the next. It is disgusting. Also joining me tonight, this man who's been guarding his heart closely. I mean, this guy is like, holy smokes. He's got like a double chastity belt on right now. That's what I'm talking about. The one, the only, nameless guest.
Oh, come on, man. How can you blame me? I think almost every Michigander can relate to that feeling. We have been scarred. We have been hurt. I mean, we're just starting to climb out of it and beginning to wonder, can we believe, you know? And that's where I find myself. Having a good time, just like you all are, but not wondering if you can just totally let loose. Come on, who can't relate to that?
Oh, come on, man. It's a party, baby. It's a party. It's a party. Come on, just have a couple drinks and let loose, baby. Let loose. Come on. Anywho, oh, man, it is a small crew tonight because those other two are watching. I think they're revisiting Squid Games with their significant others.
Family over us.
Well, I raise my glass to families. Anywho, we're going to march onward with this preview of this game versus the Cornhuskers. And we don't want to take these Cornhuskers lightly. Right now, the spread on the game is, I think, only 3.5, with Michigan as the favorite. So it's kind of a toss them up if you really think about it. So this Cornhusker team, they've been playing pretty tough. The results haven't been there as far as final scores go, but they've showed some moxie, and they showed some definitely put some scare at some different people, especially MSU. So we don't want to take this team lightly. Producer JB, what do you got for us to kick us off on this discussion about this game?
We got the over-unders for this. We're going to start off with nameless guest. Adrian Martinez runs for 100 yards, over-under on that one. What do you think?
I haven't given this a ton of thought, so I'm just going to do this, wing it here on the fly. I'm going to say under, okay, because 100 yards is a lot of yards, and I can't predict something where that's going to lead to a likely L, okay? So he'll get his yards, but let's go under.
I'm not going to lie. How old is Adrian Martinez? I feel like he's been there for like 8 years already.
Yeah, I think he's like a super senior now or something like that.
Good gravy. He's so old. How is he still in school? What is this? Come on, man. I mean, I feel like he was playing against Denard Robinson one year, wasn't he?
I don't know about that, but
no, am I wrong?
With
Wasn't
COVID,
it Denard? Adrian Martinez?
With COVID, you get extra years, so it's possible. I don't remember.
What has he had? COVID up to 15? Has he had COVID since COVID 15?
Wow.
What is this?
Wow, come on.
How old is this guy? Anywho,
Upperclassman.
I gotta agree. Huh?
No, just upperclassman. He's a seasoned veteran.
Forget upperclassman. He's like, how much more upper can you get? Holy smokes. I feel like he's been, seriously, I can't remember a time when Adrian Martinez wasn't there.
You know why? I think what didn't he play as a freshman? And
Yeah.
I think you just keep seeing him. It's just year after year after year after year.
It's nuts. It's nuts. Anywho, as far as 100 yards for the game, I'm gonna have to go under as well. I think the Michigan Wolverines are gonna stymie him a little bit, and yeah, I think they're gonna do the job versus Adrian Martinez because I think they're gonna. Well, how to put this? I think they're gonna stop him on the run. And they're gonna force him to throw, and that throwing part is gonna come back to bite him in the patukas. So I raise my glass to Mike McDonald and the rest of the defensive crew.
I think I'm gonna go with the over on this. I think Adrian, they're gonna actually probably count on him a lot in order to disturb this defense. I can imagine him breaking off a long one to get him over the 100 yards. So he ran 50 yards against Northwestern, who we all know doesn't have a really good defense, and 3 touchdowns, rushing touchdowns. But I think he's gonna bust one out, maybe for a score, or maybe at least for high yardage. So I'm going with the over.
Be interesting to see how they attack, or how Adrian Martinez and company attack our defense. But I think Mike McDonald and company are gonna have something up their sleeves to negate him. So I'm gonna count on that.
All right, next one. We'll go to Big Reg. Michigan scores 30 points. Over under on that one.
I really want to go over on this one. I really do.
Do it, man.
Here's why I'm going to go over, though. I think a lot of it's going to have to come down to turnovers. I think Michigan is going to force at least a couple turnovers on Adrian Martinez. Because let's be honest, he's not that great throwing the ball. He's a very talented runner, but as far as making the right throws at the right times, not so much. So I think that's going to lead to Michigan having great field position, and they're going to be able to pile on some points down in Nebraska. So I raise my glass to the Michigan Wolverines and the offense. The other thing that I think is going to be key is, I almost hate to say it, because I don't want to get certain people riled up, but I think we're going to sprinkle on a little bit more JJ.
Oh, boy.
JJ in this game. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to say this. JJ is a little bit like truffles. You know what I'm saying? You don't got to put too much. Just a little bit of that truffle, enhances the whole dish. So just like that. You don't need a lot of JJ, but some JJ in the right spots. I'm going to say it's going to supercharge this offense. And the Michigan Wolverines are going to definitely score over 30 points in this game.
I'm going to agree with the 30. I think we barely got over that line, 31. Mostly I have to flip the script from last week because I was convinced it was going to be a grinded out, low-scoring affair. I called the 16-10 loss game there. The offense surprised me. Stock up Michigan. I'm going to buy me some Michigan this week.
Wow.
All right. The train's going to roll. I'm going to keep rolling. Through Nebraska, the offense is going to produce again. They showed me something. Cade showed me something. He wasn't awesome. We all know that. But the play calling was there. The execution was just good enough. Roman came into his own. I mean, there's some good things happening. I'm totally buying this culture change. Okay. I mean, and not just because Jim Harbaugh took a picture of Donovan and JJ getting an extra work and all that. I mean, that's great, but I am buying the culture change. Okay. And I think Aiden and company are leading the charge, doing something special, enough to carry them to another good week. They're going to have the right mindset. They're not going to be hungover as some of the people are speculating and writing about. And let's go 31 points, and I'll save my final prediction for later.
There you
Wow.
go.
I'm going to say a caveat to this. Michigan only scores more than 30 if my boy JJ gets into the game. Because, I mean, isn't it just kind of really eye-opening to see that Jim Harbaugh makes a comment that his freshman quarterback is actually out there throwing balls to wide receivers, throwing to Donovan Edwards. Like the freshmen are doing stuff when Cade, who's supposed to be the leader of this team, why isn't Cade out there? Why isn't Cade getting recognition from Jim Harbaugh? You know why? Because that's a mental move right there. You know why? Because that's the sign that Jim Harbaugh is saying, Cade, you better up your game, or else JJ, who's practicing and who's doing all these things, come into the picture. My caveat is JJ actually comes in earlier than the half now. Coming in earlier than the half in this game. This is the game that Jim Harbaugh is going to say, you know what? Actually, whether it's Jim Harbaugh, I don't care who it is. Whoever decides, you know what? We are actually going to roll with JJ now, and he's going to give us more versatility for us. Nebraska is no joke in terms of stopping the run and being able to do that, and I think they're going to do what every other team is doing against us, is stacking the box, daring the quarterback to beat us, and clearly, JJ is the one who's going to be able to do that. He might make mistakes, I know that. I mean, he's a freshman, but you want to win this game and you want to be decisive about it, and you want to get your real quarterback the time and effort that he needs to get in there. Get him into Nebraska. Make sure that he's getting that reps in there. I think that's going to be a quick hook for Cade. See ya, JJ, earlier than the half.
All right. This guy's going on a 20-minute rant about this.
Wow.
I'm going to have to cut you down right now. Take it easy. Holy smokes. Wow. Somebody loves him some JJ a little too much.
I will say my initials are JJB too.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, this guy. Wow. So what was your final prediction? Yes, 31 over?
Only if JJ comes into the game.
What a hedge. Again, come on, man. But I will give you credit. That's a bold call to have JJ come in before the half. I'll give you credit for that.
Call it. Last question we got. Defense gets 2 turnovers. I'm going to pose it to myself. I'm going to go with the under. I think less than 2 turnovers. It's an away game. It's at night. Scenes change. I think Nebraska's going to be very intentional about what they're going to be doing, so I don't think they're going to be willy-nilly. I think they think that they can bowl over us, so it's going to be hard to get a turnover. Unless we get to Adrian Martinez and make him turn it over, but I think he's going to be running, so I don't think that's going to happen.
I'm going to have to disagree. I think Adrian Martinez is going to throw at least 1 interception. And here's the other thing. I believe that our special teams will continue their fine play and get another turnover this week as well.
Ooh.
So that's my other turnover prediction. 1 interception, at least 1. And I think that the special teams is also going to come up with a big play as well.
Interesting.
I have to side with producer on this one. I think last week was a little bit of a fluke in terms of getting our turnovers. I'm still a little surprised by the number that we got last week. A little bit of reversion to the mean back this week. So we're still going to have a good, solid defense. I'm looking for progression, but we're going to do what we do. Keep the score down, keep them out of the end zone, maybe a few field goals. I don't know about turnovers.
I'm telling you, fellas, I think Klingsdale and company, they got those fellas playing much better in the secondary. And little by little, I think this week they're going to show that, hey, we're ready to take that next step. Not just, pass defense and the ball's batted away. but now some more takeaways. So, raise my glass to Steve Klingsdale and the fine job he's been doing so far with that much aligned Michigan secondary. I should also raise my glass to Ron Bellamy because he's been working with the safeties, hasn't he? So I raise my glass to Ron Bellamy.
Let's go. Final score prediction. Nameless.
So I'm going to call it, I already kind of gave a foreshadow, 31 for Michigan. Going to prevail in a tight one. Going to give a good fight, 31-24, final score.
Wow, 24! Nebraska getting 24 on this Michigan Wolverines defense.
You know what? We just got to be happy to keep the winning train rolling, all right? So not going to be easy. Going to be another tough one.
Interesting.
We can't take them lightly, and Michigan is not going to take them lightly.
Agreed.
I'm giving my caveat score because, of course, I called
Dude, Hedger, Mr. Hedger.
JJ before the half. So if JJ comes into the game before the half, I actually think this is going to actually turn into kind of a shootout. So I'm going to go 35-30 Michigan. 35-30.
Wow. You guys are really putting a lot on Adrian Martinez and company. Well, like I said, I think this Mike McDonald defense is going to do a number on Adrian Martinez. I think he's going to be able to disguise the coverages, confuse him as to where the pressure is coming from, confuse him as to, what kind of coverages they're actually in before the snap. I think they're going to do all sorts of things that are just going to confuse that young man into making a bunch of bad throws. So I think that, like I said before, there's going to be multiple turnovers. And as a result, Michigan's going to have great field position. And as a result, Michigan is going to be able to run away with this game. My final score prediction, 42-13. University Michigan.
Yeah, boy, I like it. Okay.
Wow.
Well, we're going nighttime in Nebraska, baby. Oh, we're going to pop them corns.
Who won the last week on closest to score?
Your boy. I win every week. Come on. We know this.
Give me a break. Anyways, we got some people who dropped some comments down on it. We'd love to hear from you guys. Make sure to write it down in the YouTube links there or even on Facebook. We're
No, not on Facebook. Don't put it on Facebook. That doesn't help the algorithm. Only on YouTube, gosh dang it.
On YouTube. We got one from our boy Jacob over in Europe. He says, impressive show tonight. I only saw a fourth quarter comeback from France, but ready to provide some analysis once I watch the whole game. But I will say I like clean balls too.
Wait. One question. When he says impressive show, does he mean us or the Michigan Wolverines? What's he talking about?
I think impressive was the Michigan Wolverines, and then show tonight was also referring to the Michigan Wolverines.
Come on, Reggie.
Come
on.
He also writes, take away the meaningless pick and the bad squib kick leading to their only TDs, and the score is even worse than it ended up being. Which he's kind of right, too.
True. Good call,
we
Jacob.
got one from Big Rock on the YouTubes. Finally is putting comments on YouTube instead of on Facebook. Thank you for that, Big Rock. He's saying, Squarehead can't make comments off of watching the highlights. Shame. Wow. I think we need a bit of a Rock versus Squarehead face off.
Oh, that's coming. Oh, so predictable. It's more predictable than the final score right there.
But if you have any comments on what's going to happen with this Michigan-Nebraska game, please put them in the YouTube comments. Click a like, watch the video more than 10 minutes, and then make sure to click on subscribe so that we can hear from you guys out there. What do you think, Michigan-Nebraska, final score, keys to the game? Let's hear from you.
There you go. Well, gentlemen, I think we've covered it. We're hoping for a Michigan victory this coming Saturday at 7:30 p.m. down in Lincoln, Nebraska. We raise our glass to Jim Harbaugh and the rest of the Michigan Wolverines football program. We're hoping for the best. come this Saturday. And we say, go blue!
Go blue!